Hey garden fam, I'm outside at lunchtime. I ran home for lunch and I want to show you guys a fruit that I've been waiting for all year. It's new to me because I've only had non-astringent varieties of it. This is an astringent Japanese persimmon, a Giombo Persimmon. I have been watching this thing grow for months and months and months. Just one. And because it's astringent, we want to get it to where it's soft and tomato-like to the touch versus a non-astringent variety where you can eat them hard like an apple or a pear. But these ones, if you harvest them too early, they can really make your mouth pucker and suck all the moisture out, and they're not enjoyable. But an astringent persimmon that's fully ripe, well, that's another story. And it's a new tree for me. I was gifted to it from a friend, my buddy the millennial gardener. And look at this thing. It is the land of make-believe, the way this fruit looks. What I'm really excited for is how sweet these can become. And we've had a week of freezing temperatures, and that helps them soften up even more. Let me get the tripod. We have possums, we have squirrels, and so what I did is ever since the color changed on this fruit, I wanted to keep it protected. Because this is the only fruit I got this year. It is just hanging. Look at the weight on this. This is the top of the tree. It just hung down. It was a 1-year-old graft from a branch onto rootstock, which I assume is American persimmon rootstock. But look at the size of this persimmon, guys. And it's almost like neon glow-in-the-dark orange at this point, especially as it's softened up. Be very gentle with your young new trees. Move that away. Look at that, and there we are. A ladybug in there. Let me get... Alright, so to be easy on the branch, I'm going to snip it right here. And I want you to come in, I want you guys to zoom in on this with me. Because we are talking about greatness here. Oh, there's a ladybug. Get out of here, bud. It's on a leaf and into bushes. Gently it goes. But it is like really soft all over. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to something, and this can go up now. Look at all that weight it was holding down. I'm just gonna casually move this branch. Look here, guys. See how soft it is? That's what you want. It's almost like gelatinous, but even on where I can find the firmest part to be, it's still soft. See, tomato-like softness. So let's take this inside and open it up and take a look. What's really important to note with astringent varieties is that they taste great this way, and they preserve well on the tree in the elements this way. When they freeze, they get even sweeter, and they can soften up even more. So that's a win for anybody that lives in a place where you have your dormancy, right? Which is majority of the United States. They don't like to get too cold, just like how fig trees are, where they're deciduous, but to a certain extent. Now, the American persimmon is much hardier, is what I've learned. And I have 2 varieties back here, but they grow really huge. They're all astringent and they're all small. Where the Japanese varieties, you can have non-astringent varieties that you can still let get soft like this, and they'll still taste just as great. And then you have astringent varieties, like this Giombo, which you really want to get nice and soft, and they're huge. This is the size of an apple, guys. Look at that. So let's go try it out. Okay. Let's take a look what we got here. Sit with me at my miraculously not crowded kitchen table. I wonder if you can see my face from this angle. I made a little more desirable. But this is soft, guys, and this is new to me. But I'm just gonna cut right down the middle. On like a cord. Oh man, look at this. Bright orange, like an orange popsicle. It's the only thing I can compare it to. And it's like gelatinous. It's a little dark spot, it's probably nothing, but. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you come in close here, and I'll brighten it for you guys, you can see it's just like jelly. Whoa. I was not expecting that, and that is unbelievably good. People talk about coffee cake or pies with like crust in them, or pumpkin pie. And pumpkin pie is spot on, but like sweeter. Like pumpkin pie with like crystallized sugar, like you would have on top of an apple pie. On top of that, I have never tasted anything like that in my life. That is just a piece of fruit. That's like Willy Wonka magical style fruit right there. Okay. That's a whole new world of experience. I don't even know where to go from there. The texture of the skin is nice. It's kind of appley in a texture, but the flavor is nothing like an apple. That's unbelievable. This is why people grow persimmons, because they're that good. Fully astringent, fully ripened like this, I think are better. I had one non-astringent in the salad the other day. Don't get me wrong, very delicious. Very mild flavor though. The flavor just comes right through. I wouldn't want to eat this with anything else. All right. Again, it's just. Let me zoom you in. It's just straight gooey deliciousness, and it's just so yummy. And the flavors are so seasonal too. And it's so sweet. I don't know if you could eat more than one of these at a time. But a half of one is going to be just fine for me because of how sweet it is. But I also can't stop eating it, so that's something. And the fact that something with this kind of sugar profile, with this kind of delicious, complex palette and like the tones that I'm getting, or like the notes of like cinnamon and even cardamom, the textures there. This has been one of the coolest fruits I have ever tried. It was an astringent Japanese variety of persimmon. And I can see why people would want to grow these versus grocery store bought non-astringent varieties. The fact that it can taste so sweet and dessert-like, but also have like the fibrous consistency of something that's really healthy for you is baffling to me. People aren't growing this, but I think it's just flown under the radar for people who don't garden. But I think we're having this whole resurgence of backyard gardeners where we have all this space for someone who has a yard or a patio or even a little bit of a yard for a fruit tree to create something like this. And from yard to yard, people can share and grow different types of things. But to grow that was an experience, guys. That is so cool. All right. Well, if you really enjoyed this, this is one of my branching out videos because I'm doing citrus, pineapple, guava, pomegranates, persimmons, olive trees. And then, of course, I have all my berries for the springtime. And then I actually have some hardy edible banana varieties. So stay tuned. If you guys thought this was great, this is called a Giombo Persimmon. It's a Japanese astringent variety that makes probably the biggest persimmons I have ever seen. It's my first year doing it, produced a persimmon, and nothing else got it. Until the freezes happened, the freezes really softened it up. All right. Cheers, fam.